Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, our producers here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
Jeff and Casey Howell are here.
Hey,
How you
guys.
guys
What's
doing?
up? Been a while.
What it do?
I know. So, Jeff, I've been following.
Is this the first time Casey's been on the show?
Yeah.
First time.
Yeah.
First time.
I think I'm trying to remember back. I think I met Casey, but like 15, 20, between 15 and 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, back when I was at my tippy top.
At one point, and I can't remember where.
I know what it was. I hired you to do his birthday party in the bear suit.
Get him.
You know
People
what?
used to do that.
That actually happened, and that kid that I went to his party
Damn good
Barack
kicker.
Obama.
is
No.
the kicker for UCF Knights right
Yeah.
now.
Really?
Colton Boomer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
His
a
name's
big deal.
Colton Boomer.
Yeah.
He's a kicker.
Yeah.
That's an awesome name.
It is
We
an
should
awesome
get him on the
name.
show to talk about his
You know
birthday
what?
party.
I was thinking about possibly not to talk about that, but I wanted to talk to him about the fact that he's being actively recruited. He's up for an award, like
Yeah.
some kicker.
He'd probably be in the NFL.
Like, yeah, he will probably make.
Did you inspire him? Were you kicking at this party?
I don't
Were you
know.
on the Predators at that time?
I don't want to say
He
that
was
Tom
6.
inspired him fully, but I will say that a lot of young men have gone on to be great sports stars with just a little sprinkling of the drunkie the bear on them.
What's embarrassing back then?
Just a sprinkle.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I missed out.
Bo
really
Rhodes
did.
paid
You really
me
did.
$100
Yeah.
to show up at the house. He's like,
What'd you do?
well, this is the embarrassing
Yeah.
part because like it was like
You ring the door.
It
Obvi-
smelled like cigarettes.
obviously this was Bo's drunken plan. He didn't really tell anybody else about it. I think,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
like, or just
I think it's his birthday today.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Oh,
happy
birthday,
awesome.
Bo.
Yeah, happy birthday, Bo.
Shouts out.
it's his wife's.
It's amazing that you're here.
It's his wife's family, and then I remember, like, I showed up in my truck. I put the
Yeah.
bear suit on. He's like, he saw you jump Gravedigger, a huge
Yeah,
fan.
yeah, it's a big
He
deal.
may have been like 7 years
Didn't
old.
he have a bear suit or no?
I don't remember.
Some of the
exactly,
kids would get
but,
their parents
yeah,
would get them
sure.
a bear suit and
Yeah.
then they'd wear it,
But
which is weird.
But for normal, like
men to
if,
do.
if you're a costume character, you have some sort of animation about you, and you're
Yeah.
jumping around. You know,
Sure.
Yeah.
you're
You're
shades from Solar Bear, so like
Yeah.
you're animated or whatever. But I'm not that. So
No, no.
I just walked in, and then I was like,
you didn't even
hello,
put the head
hello.
on, did you? He just had the
Hey,
head.
kids.
Yeah, he didn't even have the head on. It's just him.
And he wasn't that, you know, it was like, it was a 7-year-old kid. He was like, why? He was shocked. People were confused.
And it wasn't like it was a class outfit anyway.
It was
Oh,
nighttime
man.
Yeah, it
on
was
like a
nasty.
Sunday
Typically,
night.
you're not supposed to see your face in the costume.
It's a homeless 20-year-old smoking cigarettes. Wow.
I was 22.
Smoke's coming out the eyes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh man, I can be a
Enough
homeless
about that.
22-year-old that smokes cigarettes that goes to parties to get money to buy weed.
That
So,
sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Who's this person?
Not bad, not bad.
Jeff, Casey, I want to talk about the tour you just did
Yeah.
because
Yeah, man.
I was following it on social media.
I loved
and-
reading it.
Oh,
loved
thank
it.
you,
I
man.
read
Thank
every
you.
single one of them, man. Like
Thank
loved
you.
it. Read about the fight. Read about
yeah.
read about all of it.
Let's
Yeah.
start.
So good
From the
It-
beginning.
Well, thank you. I
such a good
appreciate
writer,
that.
man.
Well, I appreciate
You're
that.
not as good as Drew Garabo, but you're really
no,
close.
I'm working
Really
on. I'm
close.
working on
Really
it.
Close.
The thing about it is, I know for Facebook it's too long. Like if I see,
No, I thought it was great.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But I know when I see long posts like that,
Next.
I rarely read them. Rarely ever read, unless unless you break a line every now and then. If it's just all one paragraph, I can't read them
But
at
you're
all. Like,
funny.
Yeah.
huh?
You're funny.
Yeah.
I would say this. I would say the same thing to Drew too. It's like it's a good read. Like you guys
Yeah.
can write.
I
Well, thank
scanned
you. I
it
appreciate
and guessed what it said. I was like, I bet this is about how
hope he
important
said-
it is.
That's
He
why
said
he asked us,
poo-poo.
where did they
That's
go?
great. You saved yourself a lot of time.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
oh, I know.
appreciate you, but Casey, very good to see you.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure seeing the reconnect over. It's been like
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah.
Tom guesses that it was a good tour,
Yeah.
and he guesses that it went
The
off without a
pictures
hit.
look
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I looked at the
yeah.
pictures.
Thanks a
So,
lot.
what even started this? Like, tell me where it like you
Hubris.
guys came up with the idea to go on tour together.
About 3 years ago, a buddy of mine that used to live here, and I'm not sure if any of y'all have ever met him. His name's Ken Handy, great friend of mine. Anyway, he moved back up there, got married in Saratoga, New York, and he's done real well in finance.
Okay.
So he bought a huge house up. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's up. He wakes up every day. It's on a mountain. He can see the Catskills on one side. He can see the Adirondacks on the other side. I mean, it's just
man.
beautiful, beautiful place. So he had me do his housewarming party 3 years ago, and it went over so well. I said, you know what? Maybe if I can just call people around the country that I know and just book different weekends, we could have almost a paid vacation.
Yeah, man.
And I could take Casey, because you remember Bubba used to talk about Clutch, the band
Sure.
we were in.
Yeah.
We didn't make any money. I think I made $125 a week, and
Right.
but
Yeah.
I
You
got
make
to
more
see,
than me.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll
When you
to
get
that.
senior,
This is an intervention
when
for
you're a
payment.
partner, yeah.
Man, you're Jeff's son.
Oh, my
I
God.
enjoy it so much.
Oh,
It's so great.
It's painful. It's painful.
Double howl.
And
Times
so
two.
I said, you know what? I'm just going to book, and I just picked this summer. And what I did was I called the guy and I booked the Saratoga one first, and then I just worked my way back. On weeks when I would call people up, and it went well. It almost paid for the whole trip. I spent a lot
That's
of money.
awesome.
Yeah, but
Well,
I'm not good
but-
with money.
But-
no, me neither.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
waste a lot of money.
And I pick up the check a lot. And I shouldn't
Yeah,
do that,
yeah.
But Jeff, you bring there's a value that you're using here that I
A vowel?
a value.
Oh, value.
Value.
in the
They call
fact-
him Value How.
Thing-
That's what they call it.
Because you've met so many people, you made so many friends
yeah.
over the years,
Yeah, yeah.
and everybody everybody that I know that lives in different states, they always invite me. They're like, "Hey, anytime you're here,"
Yeah.
and they mean it. They,
Yeah,
they're,
but you're
they're
a taker.
glad.
You're a taker.
Yeah, but people
All
offer.
you've been doing your whole
they're-
life is just taking people's offer.
But how many times have you been invited to stay at someone's house? Like, hey, anytime you're in town, you're
Yeah.
welcome to stay here, and you never do it.
Yeah.
And that's a
'Cause
value
it's
lost.
gross.
Yeah.
I don't want
No.
to stay in somebody's
I don't
That's a
either.
value
No.
lost right
It
there.
is.
But that's how
Absolutely.
Tom lives, though.
Yeah.
He always stays at his friend's house.
But
like
but
he's a goddamn teenager.
like a transient man.
But I like it because
We know.
I like.
Because you like to spy on other people's ladies. This guy loves
like,
to
oh,
get
didn't
in.
know you were in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, hey,
was
I'm in your panty drawer again.
Jeff knows.
Peeping Tom.
Yeah, that's what they call it. How did you know?
I knew it.
Yeah, the people that are living in trailers aren't offering this. You
Right.
know,
They
because-
are.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
are.
No, I know, but I say for the most part, these people have spare
That's mostly who it is.
They have spare bedrooms. They have spare money.
Yeah,
they have
yeah,
spare
yeah.
food. They love to share.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And
Come,
anyway.
eat, drink, be married.
So you freaked me out when you screamed that out.
What?
The
Oh,
C
I'm
word.
sorry.
Anyway,
He must have our Air T&D on his mind.
so you put together this trip, and you're like, hey, we could stay at all these places
Yes.
that people have offered, and
Yeah.
they're nice places to stay
Yeah,
too.
and they really are nice
Yeah, yeah.
places, yeah.
And then you book how do you go about booking the venues to perform?
That
see-
gives me anxiety, the booking of the venues.
Yeah, and that here's the weird thing is I've been so lucky being in Orlando for 40, actually almost 50 years now, but I've built up enough of a reputation and people know that I don't really have to do phone work for booking gigs.
Okay.
This was work. I had to call people. I had to arrange it, but it was like you said, it was people that had offered, come to stay. And I kind of put the word out that I was going to be doing this.
Right.
And what I did was I just told them, I said, look, I'm going to be, I want to come visit you. And hopefully they'll say, "Oh, come stay with us."
Right,
yeah. But
right,
I say, "Come
right.
visit you,"
Right.
that would be good.
And
the
possibly stay. You could have slipped that in.
yeah.
That's a
And
little
then I
presumptuous.
said, "And listen, you don't have to, but if you want to, why don't you throw a party that weekend and we'll play it for free?"
Great idea.
And put out a big ass tip bucket and a Venmo sign and the whole thing. And just tell all your friends, look, they're doing this for free, and it worked. It worked.
Nice.
It really did. There was only a couple of them. One of them I didn't get to put the bucket out, but
No buckets allowed. And I mean it. I mean it. God damn it.
Maryland is a no bucket
I know.
state.
I know they're weird.
Hold on, why
They're
didn't they let you
weird.
put the bucket out?
Well, because it was they didn't know exactly where they wanted me to play, and it was a tiny, small room.
No room
and
for
it was
buckets here.
Yeah, and there really wasn't
That's a
any
big
room.
ass bucket.
Yeah, and it was actually one of the richer people that we played for,
honey
so I
hole.
really wanted the bucket out,
Yeah.
but we didn't. Yeah.
All right,
So,
so-
people just kind of palmed us 20s.
That's
So,
cool.
let-
Not bad.
Enough for gas money. Get
Yeah,
yourself
yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
People called
hamburger.
you 20s?
I'm
Oh, I
sorry, I'm so
forgot.
glad.
Somebody did that yesterday too. I owe you, buddy.
I'm glad I'm back on the show.
So, all right, let's start from the beginning,
Yeah.
and let's start from the drive.
Sure.
Where's the first location you're hitting?
Okay, we left here and we drove. I tried to drive as far as I could before, pooping out and just getting a room. So we made
Right.
it. We got to Akoi, and we went to Pensacola.
Okay.
Nice.
So, okay, well, I want to talk to Casey for a second because,
Oh, buddy.
so Casey,
Where'd you go,
I'm-
Pensacola? Okay, let's talk to Casey.
This is where the interview shift.
I'm sure you're well aware of the
Yeah.
fact that your dad likes to talk, and especially
He doesn't like silence.
No.
and silence somehow makes him.
He's allergic.
He feels awkward,
Uncomfortable.
So
I have
for
a tinge
instance-
of this.
Yeah.
I have a tinge of this.
Yeah,
So, for instance, like when I was working with your dad 15 plus years ago,
You know why he got fired?
We-
Pervert.
Pervert. Huh? Old
Grade
peeping
A
Tom.
radio
Yeah.
pervert.
Yeah.
Yeah, always in the panty drawer.
Hey, they breed them, man.
I
They
know.
breed them.
Florida
So,
radio pervert.
we go to use the bathroom in the break,
I
and
told
then
ya.
we'd
I
be,
told ya.
we were standing at the urinal,
Yeah.
and there's no listen. We work together all day long. There's
Yeah.
no way we're talking, and in a talk show, it's not
Yeah.
like we need to catch up in the bathroom.
Also, this
Yeah.
makes
we're
you
talking to
uncomfortable. You don't like toilet
I'm
talk.
not a toilet talker.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
not a toilet
so,
talker.
I would just be standing there,
Yeah.
and it's just like I just came from a show that all we did is talk, and then Jeff is standing there, and then I see him like he's like, I need to say something, and then he
Yeah.
just started asking me
I hate
questions.
silence, yeah.
And then I'm like,
He's a
well,
chirper.
why? Yeah, it's
What'd
like
you have
more
for
of a-
lunch today?
or just started making
going to the
jokes,
cafe?
telling me some long
Yeah.
jokes. So I'm curious, in the car, can you drive silently, or does he have to be talking the whole time?
I have to like create a protective bubble around myself.
Yes.
Where none of his noises can penetrate.
Okay.
Because it's constant. It's constant nothing. We were I think we listened to the greatest hits of the Monsters for about music compilation for 6 hours of that
Oh, you can
coming
listen to the
up.
Monster CDs?
Yeah, oh my God. And I collect everything, so I have the horrible stuff too, yeah.
I mean, they have.
I would have preferred silence, yes.
We have unlimited choices, Jeff. I don't know if you realize.
What's that?
I mean, your car can play the internet, right?
We couldn't figure it
I
out.
couldn't get Bluetooth, and he couldn't do it, yeah.
Hold on,
Oh,
you,
my.
Don't throw me
You
under the
raised
bus.
a
It's
little
your
Jeff.
car.
you went an entire road trip without Bluetooth.
Yeah, there's no Bluetooth.
We had an
Yeah.
iPod from
Are you-
2006.
Are you insane?
Yeah.
An entire road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have all
And then he
the
said-
content in the
And
world.
it still fits because I'm on some of those
Yeah,
CDs.
yeah,
but
yeah.
You chose the best of the muscle.
I ran out of stuff to play.
I wrote some of those.
Oh, he
songs.
liked
Oh,
your
yeah,
stuff.
we loved it. Yeah.
He
No,
liked
that's
your
not
stuff.
what you picked.
That was your best work.
But you have to.
He wasn't real
Oh
big
my
on Dirty Jim. But
You
yeah.
have to pull over and figure it out.
so many
You can't-
other things to listen
You can't just continue on the road trip with
Yeah.
no ability to play anything through your
Well,
phone.
my MP3 player only has 3 gigs, and so I have to limit what I put on it.
You know, even the original iPhone, I found Andrea's original iPhone
Yeah.
yesterday when we were cleaning, has 4 gigs.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Is that amazing?
Yeah, it had
Yeah.
4 gigs
Well,
of
he has the
space.
mini one, so you know.
Oh, yeah, the little guy.
Well, he carries around 8 of them too. He has different
Oh
ones.
Yeah, I got
different
one
Wait,
for the
so
show.
rather than
He
getting
matches
a
his
big,
outfits.
So
Yeah.
rather than getting a big iPod,
Yeah.
that
You
you
get
can
8
yeah.
old ones.
Yeah.
Like a jewel case
You know, I support
CD
that.
book.
I support that 100%. I like
Because
that.
if you lose one, you don't care.
Yes.
But if it has 128 gigs on it and you lose it, you'll be pissed.
You know what? I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Have you ever lost one?
No one
Jeff?
else has.
I lose them on a regular basis. Yeah.
It's all on the internet.
They don't even make
It's
those
not nothing
anymore,
can
right?
be
No,
lost.
no, they
little-
do. Amazon sells them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 3 gigs. It's about like $15.
Okay, all right.
There's
There you go.
zero reason to store anything
I
anymore. the technology has changed.
I know, but we couldn't. You know, the phones, and I'm amazed at this. The phones they make, and my phone's old. Is they didn't even put the
They're
1/8
called headphones.
Yeah, the 1/8
mini
headphone
jack.
mini jack. They don't even
Yeah.
put those on there anymore.
No, they don't.
They don't even put a wire that you can connect to your thing to the ear.
Where's the stick?
Yeah, we spent like an hour at a Buc-ee's.
Didn't they change that like 5 or 6 years
Maybe
ago?
longer.
Yeah, that's about how old my
I
phone
I thought
is.
that they switched back. I thought people freaked out. They
like
started
vinyl, like
rioting.
vinyl.
Yeah,
No,
and they
no,
were
no.
like,
So,
Yeah, I
bring
don't.
back the holes.
Yeah, I,
Whoa.
so I'm curious.
that's a great shirt.
Thank you.
So
Bring back the holes.
when you guys perform,
Yeah.
do you have is it like because Jeff like
Yeah.
through the
This is
your
your
entire
dream,
career.
right? You're doing a podcast with your 2 sons.
Well,
can you imagine that?
You guys have bits together, and then the whole thing. I mean,
Yeah.
you have a
Yeah.
whole act worked out, right?
Mhm.
Is there any improv throughout the?
It's
show?
pretty much all improv, but I have found out recently that he's doing good pantomimes behind me.
All right.
Yeah, so what the thing is he'll do his bits from 40 years ago.
No.
There it is.
And-
Get it all out.
Tried and true
Yeah,
classics.
yeah, you're in a safe
And,
space here. You're in a safe space here. You can be who you
and
are.
I'm burnt out on it. I've heard it
We
my
all
whole
are.
life.
Yeah.
I think,
Central Florida.
Yeah, you know what? You
Exactly.
grew up on it. I grew up on it. Tom grew up on it. Sam grew up on it. God
but
damn.
there's 6 British people flying over every week who haven't seen it, and they're
Yeah.
keeping the show alive.
Yeah.
So we want to thank you
The
guys.
6
The
Brits.
Brits love it. They never get tired of it.
But yeah, so it's him, Bozo the clowning it up, and it's me just
Oh,
like,
man.
all right, yeah. All right, 2 more hours of this, and we
Yeah.
get to pack up. That's yeah, great.
So
He told me one time he was wrapping cords, and he goes, "Hey man, one day, all this will be mine."
My kingdom.
And he just kept wrapping. No smile or
should be the
nothing.
book.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
know.
a picture of Casey
I know.
that
wrapping a
should make you
cord.
proud.
I know.
As far as the eye can see.
I can't wait to leave this to Maisie.
What's that?
I can't wait to
Oh, I
leave
know,
this to
I know.
Maisie.
Yeah.
So, now, were you guys concerned about getting on each other's nerves
Yeah,
after?
I would
like,
be.
Yeah.
like what happens?
See how big Casey's eyes just got?
3 weeks
like, what are you
into a
talking about?
6-week road trip.
Yeah,
and
that's a lot of togetherness.
Yeah, do you guys
a lot of
purposely go, like someone goes to breakfast by themselves and someone stays back? Like you do,
wow.
you
Well-
keep alone time?
Yeah, he sleeps 24/7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so what I would do is we found out early because I wanted him to see everything that made an impression on me
Right.
as a young man when I was on the road.
And you were doing a lot of
And you were
bucket list
just too
stuff.
Oh, yeah,
impressionable.
yeah.
That was the problem.
What's that?
You were too impressionable as a child.
I know. Oh my God! So we
I
found
like
out.
that you're limiting your experiences.
Yeah, we found out halfway through the trip that we were good for just doing one thing a day.
That's
Not
too
planning
much.
a couple of, and even that was kind of tight.
Okay.
But it even got to the end because we were in Saratoga and we had a couple of days off, and he was sleeping, and it was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I wanted to go see Lake Placid because I heard it's really beautiful up there.
Yeah.
And so he's in there, and of course I keep the room on 60. Because I have to have the cold.
Yeah. Bring it down and put the
And-
blankets on.
Yeah, and so he's got like 3 or 4 blankets on. So he's got the blankets down. I go, Casey. He goes, I said, Casey, do you want to go to Lake Placid? No. Okay, all right. I'll go by myself. So,
But I'm not in that stage yet either. And no offense to you, Jeff, but and Tom's, I think, above me in this stage.
yeah.
I am not in the stage yet where I go to places just because they're pretty. I'm not there yet. I'm not. I think it's a natural progression. Again,
Yeah.
I'm not calling you old, and I'm not calling you
No,
old.
no, I'm old.
But there are stages, and I'm
yeah.
not there where, like, if Andrea goes, hey, do you want to go to Bartow because there's a hill that used to be a thing, and I'm like, not really.
Listen to this man, people.
Yeah, well, the internet has kind of changed a lot of that for me.
Yeah,
you know,
has it?
I can see a picture. It's pretty good.
I'm with Casey.
High def.
That's a young generation.
I'm with
talking.
Casey on this.
I'm with Jeff Howell. You got to go see Lake Placid.
Yeah.
Stand out there and
Yeah.
look out at the lake.
You got to breathe.
Tom has taken his sons to see some of the most glorious things. They've
Yeah.
seen lava flow. They've seen active
Lava?
volcanoes.
Really?
Hawaii.
That's cool.
I heard that stuff's dangerous.
Yeah. Not for you.
Yeah.
all right.
Also, children are unimpressed with everything.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen too much.
But I will tell you this: we went to
Yeah.
Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
And
Step
that's
by Niagara Falls.
no, slowly I
I
turn,
turn.
step by
Oh no,
step,
2 old men got together.
inch by inch. I know.
Yeah. Three Stooges. Three Stooges.
I pulled a laugh.
You don't remember that?
I'm back with Casey.
But when you see that water going over, and it's like 4 foot, 5 foot of water going over this edge and coming up. I mean, it is impressive in a real life.
Oh my God, yeah, it really was. It was
Yeah.
something else.
But tell them what you said.
oh no, this is me being serious.
That's what I've had the whole trip.
tell.
That's what I've had the whole trip right here. It's
No, I'm just so dry. No one can tell when I'm being. It was very cool.
We're familiar. It runs in the blood.
This is what I've been putting up with. For
Jeff,
So great.
It's
I
painful.
liked it. I liked it a lot.
So painful.
There's something that gives me great pleasure in
Yeah.
the fact that you are
Yeah.
torturing yourself.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, man.
Right.
I know. But,
Oh,
but
my
tell
God.
them what you said when we were, because it's about kind of what we were talking about before the show. Tell them what you said when we were standing on the side of the raging waters.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful. I don't know if you guys heard. But Niagara, yeah, there's so much water, just a million gallons a second, and it's just overwhelming. And you get there, and you're like, man, that looks fun. I want to go splash around.
Yeah.
It looks
said,
beautiful.
Dad,
yeah.
he goes, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but God, I would just love to dive in there and swim and go over the
Anything to get away from touring with you.
I was
You
thinking
can keep the
same
barrel,
thing.
man.
Casey's like, I know my purpose now. I know
He
why
was
you brought me
done.
here.
He was done with me by that time. Oh my God. And we
Oh,
didn't
my
talk
God.
a lot because I keep the car on 60,
Oh.
and he would put that burrito blanket over his head.
Yeah, you got to
And-
warm up.
Yeah, and so I couldn't tell if he was awake or not. And he would play Reddit the entire time. And
Play Reddit.
I'm getting good.
This is my favorite segment we've done.
Almost beat it.
Yeah. At what level of Reddit are you on? Like,
100.
yeah, okay,
maxed
yeah,
out.
killing it, killing it.
So all the people you stayed with, everything went well.
everything,
there
everybody
no-
was so kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna do this again? You
Oh
think?
yeah, we're gonna
Like-
do.
Yeah. Well, maybe not with Casey, but
Yeah, maybe I better check with the man right
It's
here.
cool.
But,
It was kind of like my Vietnam.
yeah.
So yeah, I just don't want to think about it
Yeah,
yet. I've
PTSD.
got
Yeah.
I've got a couple
Still
years
fresh.
of therapy, I think, before I
Yeah.
can.
It's still fresh. How long have you guys been playing together? Like as a
yeah,
unit,
yeah,
like a family,
like full time.
band.
Yeah. What is? Well, how long?
It's been about 3 years full time.
Yeah.
Since all my other job prospects dried up, so and I had to resort to this.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3 years, and then I played with you in high school and stuff here and there, but that wasn't.
Yeah, he played a couple times before he went off to college.
Yeah, I
awesome.
remember.
Trying
I
to pick
remember.
the chicks, you know.
Yeah.
what was your favorite stop? Both of you.
Ooh, favorite stop.
That's a good question.
Yeah, back at Orlando.
All right.
Fair.
On brand. On brand.
I know.
It's impressive
I-
to see a younger Jeff doing the Jeff.
I
Doing
mean-
the Jeff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No.
Good God.
No, I
yeah.
don't want
Don't
to hear
compare
that.
Yeah,
his
it is.
dad.
Sorry, man. It's
Yeah,
in there, and
yeah.
I don't
I
think
don't
you
know
can fight
your
it.
Okay.
dad, but you're
Yeah.
just like your dad.
I
man.
am.
Yeah.
I'm exactly
Okay,
like him.
tell him what your friend said the first time they noticed that you might be similar to Dad.
Oh. Yeah, I don't remember. I guess that's how we're similar.
It writes
It's a tough gig.
itself.
It's a
You
tough
go to
gig.
him on a microphone,
know.
and he has punchline after
Yeah.
punchline. You have a instant
Yeah.
act.
Yeah.
It's ready to go.
This
and you're
is
both
so good to
GD
me.
good musicians. Like it's like the music is good. I love it,
God,
man.
thank
I'm
you.
excited for you guys.
I mean, Casey, I don't know. I mean, this is not. You were born this way.
Really?
Lady
I never stood a chance, man.
There's something inside that saying that Jeff has
It's
the
broken.
personality.
well,
Yeah.
Jeff knows
Can't
how
be
funny.
fixed.
You know how funny I think you are.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
I've told
yeah,
you that
thank you.
before,
Back
and you're
out.
just
Yeah,
as
yeah.
funny.
Oh, thank you.
So this whole
Funny.
thing
Yeah,
right
you
here,
don't have
I'm
to go
loving
that
this.
far.
man.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
whole
yeah.
dad and son comedy thing, I'm loving it.
Well, Casey, there's something that your dad's always had that every time your dad starts talking, I'm like, where's
Where's
this
the joke?
Where-
There's
Yeah.
a joke.
Nothing, like there's
He gets mad at me, actually.
Yeah. I feel it coming. Like if you start, because it sucks me in because I'm like, oh,
Because
true,
it takes
true.
forever.
I'm like, oh, he's saying something true. Oh, and then the middle of it, I'm like, oh God, this is
The
a
bit.
joke again.
Yeah, the best are when they're
And
so
you're doing it.
long and then they don't land, and he's
Yeah.
like, I don't care. Yeah.
That's how he has to live his life. It's the defense mechanism that keeps his heart pumping.
I love it.
I know.
I love it.
So, how many different stops? And there's 6 weeks, right? And
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Okay, now
y'all.
we didn't play in all of these, but I'm just going to give you the rundown real
Okay.
quick. Okay, started in Orlando. First stop was Pensacola.
Yeah.
Then Mississippi. We did some family things there,
Nice.
and then 3 nights in New Orleans, and then Natchez. No. Then we played in Baton Rouge. We played on a place called False River. It's a big lake.
Well, Natchez, I've heard you mention before.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's like a little New Orleans. It's got the old style architecture. Really, really
Yeah.
beautiful place.
How was it I mean, when you were playing with your son there?
Yeah.
Did, like, while you were playing, because I imagine like you have these moments where you're like, now I'm playing with my son in Baton Rouge.
In an area that means the world to me.
Yeah.
I grew up learning music and then started my music career.
Yeah. And here we are.
And here we are playing together. Like, and it's like, for me, it's hard to like get out of like cherish the moment and try to remember every second about it because I'm like, this thing that was happening now is unbelievable and I want to never forget it.
That's why I'm glad you did so much video of you guys playing the gig.
Thank you,
That gig video, like when you were just putting it out as you were going, I was following it live.
Oh, awesome,
Like, it was really cool to have that. And I would be able to watch it like a couple hours or an hour after you guys had done it. That was neat.
It was really fun. Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard because once we start playing, I don't even think about that. So I got to rely on other people's videos, but it was. I mean, it was really wonderful. And we were in Baton Rouge, so I wanted to show him, some of the place. So I was driving down this road, and I said, Casey, that's the first place that he goes, I know. You told me that 10 years ago.
You're a little cursed that you got a smart kid. Not a kid anymore. Sorry. And I'm disrespectful to you.
No, I'm a kid.
He's always been a smart kid.
Oh, very smart.
Even when I knew him as a child, he was like, he'd have little comebacks.
Oh, yeah.
He's smart, like a smarty pants. And that's not going to, like, when you say those things, it's not going to help you if you're not remembering that you already showed him your childhood.
Oh, I know.
Like,
but see, in my family, we tell the same stories over and over.
You're a fan.
Yeah. For years. I mean, we do, and we laugh like it's the first time we heard it.
Yeah.
Only 3 things have ever happened to you guys.
But they were funny.
Yeah, they were good. They were really, really good.
And so after you left Baton Rouge, where'd you go?
We went to Natchez, and then we did 2 nights in Memphis, and that was really fun. Then we went to Nashville. And we hit Nashville on the 4th of July, which was a terrible time for a non-bro country.
You don't look like a patriot to me.
Yeah. I was hiding my Bud Light.
All over you.
But anyway, so we went there. Then we went to Asheville, North Carolina, or Franklin, and we stayed with some people there in the mountains, and we played that weekend.
Nice.
Then we went to Ocean City, Maryland, and went to D.C. with Rick Bailey and his girlfriend.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, and then we played 2 nights up there. Then we went to Niagara Falls. Then we went to Saratoga, and that was our last gig up there. Yeah,
that's awesome. And the whole time listening to the Monsters.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
man.
3 gigs.
Yeah.
Oh, my
6
God.
weeks of the best of the Monsters CD collection.
Yeah.
I'm curious, like
all of them.
Did you
even got green teeth?
Did you ever stay in hotels at all, or is it all?
Oh no, we stayed in.
Okay.
Yeah, that was part of the money thing. I'm not a
finest Holiday Inn Expresses this country has to offer.
We did. We in fact, the one we stayed in Memphis. And I looked all this up online, and the one I stayed in Memphis, we got there late at night.
Yeah.
And so I said, Casey, I'm gonna go down and see if I can walk, because I parked my car right up front. Got a good parking spot where I could see it from my motel room. And
old people do that. I have to look out the window to make sure the blacks. The blacks.
So I came downstairs and I asked the security guard up front. I said, "Where's the 7-Eleven? Is there a 7-Eleven I can walk to?" Because I didn't want to lose my good spot. And so I said,
"Would rather walk in the Memphis heat."
Yeah, it was right up front. And the guy goes, "You don't want to do that?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I do want to do that." And he goes, "No." He says, "You don't want to do that. Not around here." And he said that 7-Eleven, like a half a mile down the road, he said somebody last week backed their truck through the front door and just started throwing stuff in. He said crime was. I don't know how I got on this story. How to get on this story?
Was he going to talk about all the crimes and places we were?
Yeah.
There was a murder in our hotel. So.
In your hotel?
While you were there?
Before we got there.
Yeah, before we got there.
Yeah, well, the odds
and
are
you guys cheered him up with your funkin' blues, right? You're like, hey, murder.
That's another gene that hopefully you didn't get.
Cheap gene?
Which is wanting
they
to
call that the Gilbert Gottfried disease.
Wanting to stay at the murder hotels.
Well, we got there and everyone was very chill.
Yeah.
And you don't expect that to be in a place of of murder.
Yeah, that was that was the first thing they told him. Yeah. So.
Well, when it happens so much, people
Right.
get used to it.
You know what's funny
get
is
jaded,
like
yeah.
and maybe this is why you asked that question.
Oh.
You do have a tinge of the cheap gene in you as well.
Well, I like a value,
love-
not only the
Yeah.
cheap.
Value,
See
yeah.
how he manipulates
good
the
value,
words.
yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
value, the best value.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We
great
stayed at
value.
one,
Write
at
that
one
down.
hotel that was not even under construction. It was a straight gut job. They didn't have like flooring or anything.
And we weren't
There
even
were wires
we weren't
coming from
even
the
booked at
ceiling.
that. Yeah, we weren't.
There's a
booked
dude eating insulation. I don't know what was going on.
We weren't even booked at that hotel, but it was on the Holiday Inn Express website that I booked the Candle Suite Inns.
The
Candle
Candle
Suite?
Suite?
I think it's Candle Suite. Sweet Candle, something like that.
We're
Sweet
gonna have a
Candle Inn.
romantic evening.
Me and my son are checking into the Sweet Candle Motel.
And I
You don't know how many times he bought a room for us that just had one bed, and he was just like, "Well, this is good." No, it's not, old man.
Yeah. Lord.
I like you said you stay at a hotel called Sweet Candle Inn.
Yeah.
And you're like, I love Sweet Caroline. Just close enough.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my God.
and then was there any times you got in each other's nerves throughout the trip? Any fights?
Oh, did we? I don't seem to recall any of those events.
Yeah,
Do
you-
you?
Well, I'll
If
tell
they
you-
were.
I will tell you this: that like I said, we found out after Washington D.C. that we were only good for one thing a day. But Washington D.C. we did everything that day, and he had bronchitis. It was hot as hell. You know, I can't even imagine how hot it was down here because D.C. was miserable. I mean, miserable hot. And we got on this bus, and our friend Cindy, Rick's girlfriend, booked us on a bus tour. And, you know, that was fine as long as you had some wind going there. But then, we went to a restaurant, and we just had all kinds of little things happen to us.
Restaurant.
They
Yeah.
pile up.
Believe it?
Yeah.
But they pile up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
whether you get to
We-
the restaurant, then you got to wait. And then they
We
forget
hit a
the thing.
yuppie happy hour is what it was. And it was Washington, D.C.'s yuppie happy hour.
Oh.
And we couldn't get served, and I was yelling at bartend. It was just...
All the interns shredding all the important documents.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know
So
how they
anyway,
do.
but we kept going, and finally that night I said, "Well, I want to go to this music bar, this cool live music bar." And he was a trooper. Yeah, I know he was dying. He said, "Yeah, I'll go too." But we went, and they said everything was cool. You could wear tank tops, you could wear, whatever. You could wear shorts, cutoffs.
Chainmail.
Yeah, but they wouldn't let you wear baseball caps. And we both wear baseball caps.
Ah.
And he was pissed about that. And he carried that over to when we were finally talking at the end of the night. And I
Were
don't
we
know.
drinking at the time? I don't.
Yeah, there was a lot of drinking.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you're exhausted.
Yeah.
You're drinking. Dad's been pushing you to do this,
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
that.
Yeah, 31 years.
He took a poop in your baseball hat.
Yeah, and we got into some kind of argument, and it got to the point where I said, "Casey, we're drunk, we're exhausted." I said, "You stand over there. I'm gonna stand right here, and let's not talk for 12 hours. And at the end of 12 hours, I'll hug you and kiss you and tell you I love you."
And I said, "Fine, make it 24."
Yeah, that's what you do.
And we went back and forth.
Yeah, And then we did.
And this was the first time we've spoken.
Wow, I heard that. You heard that here first. We break the breaking
news. Yeah.
Breaking news. They are back together talking.
So, Casey,
Will it work out? No one knows. No one knows.
Tune in next week.
I'm just doing the snoring math here with your
Okay.
dad here. But I'm,
bring a
I'm
CPAP?
guessing
Do you have a CPAP?
Holiday Inn Express, you're dealing with two queens. And then, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Well,
They
and-
don't like to be called
Yes.
that.
and then is your dad scream snoring the whole night, and how is that to deal with?
Well, I think that the CPAP machines have,
Oh, that's
Concentrated
CPAP. I
all of
forgot
the
you-
noise.
You graduated to CPAP.
Oh yeah, I'm a CPAPper.
Yeah, so he has an industrial fan
Dr.
pumping
They call
oxygen
him Dr.
into his
Papper.
lung, he has an iron lung that he sets up every night.
It's inflatable.
Think
Yeah,
about
that's
what
great.
the CPAP has done, because
Yeah, it keeps a lot of fat people alive. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
I would be dead. I
Well,
would be
it-
dead.
Well, no, I don't mean you're
No, no,
fat,
I-
but I
no,
mean
no,
like
I'm
there are
fat.
a lot of
No,
fat people that
you
would
can
be
say it.
dead
I'm
if they didn't have the CPAP.
just the amount of misery. Like,
Yeah.
how many marriages has it it saved? How many like road trips has it become possible? Because without that,
the CPAP is very important.
Like my buddy Turkey Leg screams, snores, stops breathing
Does
throughout
he
the whole
have a
night.
pap? He got a pap?
No, he doesn't
Too
have
bad for the pap.
He's raw dogging it.
Yeah.
He's
You can have it too bad for the pap.
he's like one
Oh.
small percentage of people that
Can't
the
do the pap.
CPAP doesn't work
Yeah.
for him or
They're
whatever.
like,
It
I'm
was
sorry,
weird.
this
He
is-
screams,
yeah, he's
snores,
on
Does
Right.
it not work, or does it just not like?
I don't know.
Yeah, he
That's
just doesn't
whatever.
like
He
it.
did some
It's like my
sleep
dad
study.
in seatbelts. He's like, it wrinkles my shirt.
Right.
You're like, well, okay.
But without that, I mean, my God, it would be. I mean, the noise.
No,
of the
I'd be
scream
dead.
snores.
I used to have dreams, even with the CPAP. Sometimes I have dreams that people have their hands over my mouth or I'm under a large boulder.
Yeah, maybe stop breathing.
I like
that.
stop breathing.
I like that.
Who
When
in the
people-
world could possibly choke you to death, though? Like, who is it in your dreams?
I
The
like
Rock?
that.
Well, somebody with large hands. Yeah.
My wife got mad at me. She holds my nose.
Oh my God.
Do you ever like when I was fatter and I would
Yeah.
Attempted
snore?
murder.
Yeah,
Right.
when I was fatter and I would snore, Andrea would hold my nose.
Yeah.
So and I'd wake up and be like, "What the hell are you doing?" You know?
My little brother,
Dying.
my little brother uses a CPAP, and he swears by it. I mean, he just and so his son.
What brand's he running?
Panasonic.
Okay,
Oh, they're
yeah,
good,
Panasonics are good. I have a Samsung.
And so the son would go in there, and he wouldn't even poke his dad, and he wouldn't say, "Hey, Dad, get up." He would just reach over and unplug it until his dad started choking. He said, "I want some orange juice, Dad."
So now, Casey, are you? How much are you into social media? Because I'm thinking about like this. If you continue to do this every year, right?
Mm-hmm.
This could be a documented thing on social media that could get a lot of followers, and then you
Right.
could sell the social media of doing this trip together.
Right,
because it's like it's got to be pretty rare for father and son to go travel around, being musicians together. I
Yeah.
feel like that doesn't
It
happen
is.
that
Yeah.
often, right?
That are so similar too.
Yeah. And
feel
can
it.
produce the,
sorry, Casey.
the comedy,
angry when I say that.
like the vaudeville act.
Yeah.
Imagine it is
Yeah.
when you guys
Well,
travel.
The chemistry is so good.
Yeah. So Casey, I think next time if you do this, are you planning to do this next year or in summer next
I
year?
think so, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you should.
Different part of the country, or
Yeah.
yeah. I want to go out west because
We're
I
gonna go
met a
further
lot of
south.
people in California, but I do have a buddy in the problem with out west is there's a lot of out west. I mean, there's a lot of driving.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
there's a lot of in between.
Yeah.
You know.
How about a boat?
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah,
Cut
travel
through
by
the Panama
boat.
Canal?
Captain Howell and his son.
I can't go to the bathroom at night on boats because everybody can hear you.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
loud.
'cause- yeah, 'cause it
Very,
goes-
very loud.
yeah.
You can hear people banging on boats too.
Yeah, yeah.
Very
I
loud.
don't
I've
think
heard-
that'll be happening.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
Well, that was gonna be my last question, as far as like your musicians,
Yeah.
your
groupies?
You're playing not really
Yeah.
groupies, but just like there are women at the bars, people are
Ladies of
drinking.
the night.
And they
Sometimes
start
you're in the
asking you-
middle of Missouri and you're
Are you
like,
trying
you
to
know
teach me how to
what?
pick up chicks, man?
No,
He
no.
doesn't know how.
Well,
Yeah, this guy's
Well,
been
I
with the
don't.
same woman his entire life.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You know who you need to talk to is Little Slam Hog Danny. I will teach you how to push some cellulite around.
Little slam hog? Did
Little
I get
Slam Hog Daddy. I have pushed more cellulite in this city than most men.
That's awesome,
Most
and that
men-
is a beautiful
I
way
have
to
pushed
describe
more
that.
cellulite around in this town than most men 3 times my size.
But if,
Are you talking about
Pound for
your
pound.
cellulite?
No.
Oh.
I have a frog ass, sir.
Oh.
I have a frog ass.
I
Flat.
guess
It's
oh,
flat like a
that's-
piece of drywall. Chinese drywall too, to make you sick.
so did you
Sorry,
guys ever like come up with some sort of
Oh,
plan?
the
to-
sock on the door
Yeah,
handle.
who were like,
Sock on
hey,
the door handle.
if we meet any of us meet a woman at the bar
Yeah,
or
a
at the
lady of the
place,
night.
then
Yeah.
maybe one of us will sleep in the car, the other
Yeah,
take
yeah.
the
Sleep in
hotel.
the car.
Well, I'm saying someone to take the room.
Is that what you would, if you and I were touring, Dennis
yeah,
and Van,
you say we're divorced.
Yeah, and
we're
it-
going on tour.
and we divorce our wives, we go on tour.
yeah.
What, doing a podcast?
No, we're doing
Oh.
music.
Oh.
Competing against Jeff and his
Yeah.
But
You
we're
guys are going down.
we're real bad.
Well, Daniel dresses like the little kid.
So do we.
I put on a gray beard.
I literally went to the skate park yesterday.
So yeah,
We're
so
all little kids.
So what? Like you would bring home a lady?
Well, I'm just saying we'd have some sort of plan. Like, if this happens, what's the code? What's the like the signal that one of us has to sleep in the car, right?
Yeah.
Because, or like you go somewhere,
or would
you
you
hang out in the
allow
park.
me-
The woman sleeps in the car.
Or would you allow me to like lay under the bed
All right, well,
and just
Whoa.
experience it
okay.
secondhand?
No,
you know?
no, I can't have you hear the noises I make.
I thought you're quiet.
You wouldn't see
Yeah.
anything.
He doesn't make a noise during coitus.
Oh, really?
But
Not
the
one
lack
word.
of noise is what I'm embarrassed about.
You know what it sounds like when he's making love? It sounds like an angel taking off its wings. That's how quiet it is.
Is that
So
like,
It sounds like a person.
No, you can't hear it. You can hear nothing.
it's like the frustration of opening a tight jar.
Oh
Do you
my
have sex in
God.
a sensory deprivation tank?
Yeah. It sounds okay. You want to know what it sounds like? It sounds like a slam hog opening a jar of pickles. That's what he sounds like.
So anyway, no codes or anything.
Well, no,
plans?
it didn't arrive.
No.
He's got a pretty serious girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Lucky
no,
guy,
no
lucky guy.
disrespect. No disrespect.
And if I
Better
was
not.
if I was to pick up somebody, they would be so drunk they wouldn't know that he was even in the room.
Oh my God! I wouldn't admit that.
Yeah.
Didn't say that.
No.
My
I'm
God.
old. I'm 64.
I don't know this
I literally have
man.
to lift her unconscious body.
Afterwards, I'm gonna have to take her to the hospital. I have to take her to the hospital afterwards.
Yeah.
She's not breathing. Put the CPAP on her.
Lady, I think you might be an alcoholic.
My God, she stopped breathing. Put the CPAP on her. Oh, she's breathing. She's breathing. She's breathing. Do you know where you are?
Wait. Wake up.
Do you know
Wake up.
where you
Oh,
are?
okay. You're there. Okay. This is my son Casey over here. Yeah.
Here's your shirt.
Oh man. So anyway.
I didn't meet any new moms.
So are you going to do it at the same time next year or like?
Probably so. Good.
Can we sponsor?
hottest
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
do a-
absolutely.
Maybe
Because
do
you guys
a
have a
winter
banner
tour.
and
Oh, we
everything.
would-
Like,
and I
could
would do
we
it.
purchase something for the tour
Oh,
that has
that
a
would
little
be-
logo of us on it, but like
Oh.
it helps them out?
Yeah.
Put it on the bucket.
Tom and Dan sock to put on the door.
Yeah, we have a coin sign.
We do have the little door hanger. Somebody's got to still have one of
Yeah,
those.
we used to sell these door hangers
Yeah.
that you would one side it said you were in there, doing it,
Yeah.
and the other side, what did it say?
Yeah, but it was doing it with yourself.
Yeah.
Self gratification.
I'll take 6.
It's a huge, it's a massive seller.
Well, Jeff, Casey,
yeah,
thanks so
man,
much.
it's
I had a
Good
wonderful
seeing you
time.
guys.
You guys
Great.
too. Thank y'all.
Thanks for
having us
being
on.
here.
Do you have any gigs coming up that we can plug?
Actually, just House of Blues every Thursday.
Yeah, buddy.
This weekend we're actually off, which is nice. After because I still haven't recovered.
Yeah.
It was a lot of work.
Yeah.
We were going 24/7.
A lot of drinking.
A lot of drinking. Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
true.
well, just 6-week road trip,
Yeah.
that's rough.
Yeah.
Like I would be tired for a week after that.
It is pretty brutal, but it was such a good time. Of course, at the very end of the trip, he goes, "Hey, Dad, I got to fly back from Saratoga." He says, "I got a wedding," and I went, "A wedding? We're going to drive back together." And he goes, "Haven't we had enough together?"
Yeah.
And he was right, because I even though I don't like driving, I did enjoy the alone time. I'm sure you did too.
Oh yeah. It was fun.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna say I don't want Casey to get mad, but it's so
Oh, no,
awesome.
I'm not actually mad.
I
This
know
is
you
all-
are, but I want to be polite.
Yeah.
It's, my God, it's like having another
know.
Jeff.
I
I love it.
You know what? You're always told oh, you're just like your dad.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Like
I am. I'm exactly like
Yeah,
my
oh,
mom.
yeah.
You know, people say that to you as a kid, and then you're like, all right.
I fought it.
And
I
then
fought it so hard.
You're like, what's the big deal? But it's so ridiculous when you see it with your own sons or
Yeah.
daughters,
Yeah.
where they have these traits ingrained in you.
And
that
they're
are
fresh
like,
and
yeah.
bright. No
Yeah.
offense to us.
It's like,
Like,
wow.
we're dying.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah.
So when I see it in my daughter, I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, I know.
Crazy.
Oh no, I see it in myself all the time. I see it every
Tell me
day.
what you see.
I see oh my God, someone's trying to talk to me and I want to be nice, but I'm not going to acknowledge them at all. So
Wait, what?
I'm going to,
That's not me.
yeah. Oh, hey, Casey. How you doing? What's up? I'm busy. I got to, get the, That's my Jeff impression. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to get into the bathroom.
But he does it without
So good.
trying to do
No,
it.
he doesn't need
yeah,
to. He doesn't need to try
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
We love
thanks
you
so much,
guys.
man.
I
Thanks
love you
for
guys
coming
too.
here.
Thank y'all,
Appreciate
man. We
you
had a
so
great
much.
time.
Thank you.
And you know what? I think it's time we, at some point, we try to book them both for one of our gigs.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a while since we've had a good old-fashioned Jeff Howell party, and we've never done it with Casey.
Yeah, right.
I think
That'd
that'd
be
be
fun.
super fun.
Yeah,
It'd be a
100%.
blast.
Let's do a BDM only event.
That's
do
what I'm
something
thinking.
like that.
Yeah. Just do it old school where we just all meet out, and the whole point of it is just to have a couple drinks and hang out.
Yeah.
Listen to
100%.
some tunes.
All right,
That'd be great.
We'll be right back.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Awesome. We're still on YouTube and Twitch, just so you know.
You
That
got
was
it.
great, guys.
Thank
That
you.
was
That was
awesome.
so fun. Thank
A
y'all.
lot of fun.
Appreciate you doing
Please
it.
tell all the gang out there.
Appreciate
said
you having
hello.
us.
It gets super hot in here. Let me turn the air back on. Stupid nest.
I know. I'm going to buy me one of those little portable air conditioner things for my studio.
It would be better than our nest. Our nest turns off because nobody goes in there.
Right.
And then it'll be like, oh, no, it's fine. Just let's just turn everything off.
Awesome.
Well, thanks for
Hey,
doing
buddy,
it.
love you, man. Good to see you. Tell
Good seeing
Andrea
you
I said
too.
hello.
I will absolutely do it for sure.
Love what you guys
Casey,
do.
pleasure, man.
Daniel.
Good seeing you as always.
Got a question for
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Okay,
I said
so
hello.
one of
Good
my
to see
strongest
you.
memories of
Take
you as
care.
a child is like
Thank you,
we're
sir.
at a Russ's house party. I'm like 8 or 9.
Yes.
And for some reason, you call me Chauncey the whole
Chauncey. Yeah.
Chauncey. You got an origin?
You were doing a dance. You were doing a dance, and you were like using, because you were like in.
I'm a great dancer, so this checks
Well,
out.
but because of Taekwondo, you were super flexible, and you were like dancing all around the house, and it was a
That's
joke. Like
hilarious.
I think Jeff and I made a name for you. We're like, that's Chauncey the dancer.
Chauncey right
So you became
there.
Chauncey the dancer.
That's awesome,
Interesting.
man.
Yeah.
That's
Doesn't make any sense, but I
Behind the
remember that.
jokes.
I also remember, here's another one, I think you were there, but I also remember Russ's son Ryan jumping off the stairs and trying to do a flip for some reason and landing on his head, and I was like, oh my God.
death
And it
kid
was like
right
one of the first times I'd ever like picked up a child that wasn't mine, and I'm like, this isn't good.
This is a good.
Yeah,
Can we
I
go
remember,
to the hospital?
I remember that pretty.
God, those things were wild, huh?
And I was drunk, so I mean, that's like, I'm like, ah.
I'm in charge. I'm
Yeah,
responsible.
exactly. Well, good seeing you, dude.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, man. We'll have you guys in again for sure.
I appreciate it. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, let me know when you want to come in, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Where's this go, Sam?
That's Monday 1 and 2.
Oh, that's nice. Do we have anything for Monday?
We should have 3 and 4 done. They were emails and voicemails.
Yep. Got it.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
What do we do now? Do we want to do some of? Well, no, we should save Tuesday for EJ, right? So,
Oh yeah.
Yep, don't forget that. That's important.
did the couch swallow it?
The deep ass couch eats knives, phones.
Look at you, Jeff.
See you, man.
Let's
Love
do
you,
a-
buddy. Be good.
Let's do a random 20, and we probably could make this one for
Wednesday? Are you trying to do Labor Day?
It's Wednesday 3, yeah.
Okay.
Because I thought about Labor Day, but that's so far,
It's still 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we'll be able to knock that out. I
So,
think the week before.
We're done.
No,
No, we're
we'll
going to do
another
a 20-minute for Wednesday.
Okay.
We'll just do some.
There's new emails and new voicemails. That's the newest thing I have. We can talk fantasy football. I brought the trophy. I just haven't brought it in. I should have, but I was thinking of putting it right here, like just
you
to be
should-
funny
yeah,
behind me. Like.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it.
Maisie thinks it's the coolest thing in the world.
We got a giant alligator
I love your
skin
belt is
wrestling
awesome.
belt now
Yeah,
for
it's
ours.
dope. I'm glad we went because we haven't had a trophy ever. It's a cool trophy.
Yeah.
Maisie loved it.
It wasn't even that expensive.
Do you want to know, like, the first thing Maisie said? She looked at the trophy and she's looking at it and she goes, yeah. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? She goes, Susie, 4 times. She read all the names and then put it together that there was a girl that had done it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
like, she was, like, really fucking stoked about that.
Way to rub it in,
Yeah,
Maisie.
thanks a lot, bitch.
I haven't won it once.
Tracy,
15 years.
Tracy wants you to plug the Neil.
Gaiman
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah,
Art Spiegelman.
Yeah.
All right.
Those tickets. come back.
I will bring
Are we
us
doing emails and voicemails, or what are we doing?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
just do emails, voicemails.
Okay. I will bring us back. Here we go. 3, 2. Welcome back to A Corporate Time.
Real quick, our friends at the library are kind of sponsoring this cool event at Dr. Phillips Center.
Yeah.
Neil Gaiman, Art Spiegelman, they're
Lifetime
Novelist,
friends. Yeah. Comic book, graphic novel writers. comic illustrators, and you get
Look
these,
up their work. You'll know.
You'll know. And you get these two guys together, and they are genius. And it is a sort of a panel or a gathering of two friends. And I believe most of it is all improv.
Yeah.
And
Conversations with
and it's just amazing. And we're very lucky to have them come to our fine city. And you can find out more information. I believe there's a click-through, rather, at tomanddan.com.
Yep.
Or what would be the easiest way? Probably
go to Dr. Phillips Center and go to tickets and you search their names.
Yeah, I mean, find the click-through, get your tickets. But that's the type of thing that I've been asked time and time again for free tickets. Can't get them for you, and it will sell out.
Yeah.
So get on it.
Let's do some emails, voicemails.
Yes, sir.
What do you want to start with?
Let's start with emails.
All right.
Alrighty. The Van Paradox.
Okay.
Hey all, I just wanted to point out the obvious flaw in the Van Alien Paradox. So we were talking aliens with Spencer from the Science Center.
Yeah.
Tom questions why aliens would want to come to Earth if we have nothing that is unique to the universe. To quote Tom, quote, "We are ants to them."
I want to point out here that Spencer agreed.
Well, he just does that to be nice.
Yeah,
Okay, but
I was gonna
doesn't
say
matter.
it.
I'm just throwing it out there that
Yeah.
it seems like I just want everyone to have all the evidence here.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were going
Wow,
somewhere.
Well, I was
He's
gonna.
already on the defensive.
Yeah.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Already on the defensive.
Guess what humans do? We study ants. Entomologists travel to the most remote places on Earth to study endless different species of ants, and no matter how many ants we've seen before, we still get excited to discover new species because we may learn something from them. The same logic applies to birds, fish, bacteria, and every other life form on this planet. So why come to Earth? To get a better look at the monkeys lobbing bombs and missiles at each other and slowly destroying their own planet in the process, obviously. Love the show.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but the paradox being if the only thing that is rare on Earth that we know about is life itself, the paradox being if there is other life, that deems it not so rare anymore if there's two of them.
Just the presence of two.
And then if the presence of two probably insinuates that there's thousands or millions, and then rendering us not rare anymore.
The only way that
being the
we're rare
paradox
is in
there.
the collection of the amount of information that we have currently.
Or in what form we took, or that could be a thing where, like, think about humans wouldn't even be around if the dinosaurs weren't killed off, because the killing of the dinosaurs with the asteroid allowed mammals to evolve past where they were at the time.
I'm definitely pro death of the dinosaurs.
And so if essentially that event didn't happen, there could still be just only dinosaurs roaming the earth, because evolution, there's no purpose that it has. There's no finite purpose of
Right.
it. Just is whatever keeps the life living. Like the dinosaurs. That's the whole joke of the remember the show Dinosaurs in the 90s?
Yes. One of my favorites.
Not the mama. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole joke.
I should have done it as the voice, but I'm not feeling up to it today.
Or the premise being that the dinosaur, like the asteroid didn't hit, and the dinosaurs evolved into being super smart.
It hit on that last episode.
Yeah, the last episode.
The last
they killed them
episode's
off.
real sad.
But so that they got smarter, but I don't think they would have, because there would be no need to if they
You're losing me. I'm sorry.
live
You
or
lost
whatever.
me. You lost me. You
now-
know why you lost me? Because I like you with a 5 o'clock shadow. And when you have that, I look into your eyes and I get lost. Very attractive. You look good today.
It's only I didn't shave
like
my
it.
mustache.
Why won't you
because-
take my
Why
style
are you
guide?
pulling your gullet?
Yeah, I don't pull your gullet and keep your mustache. You look nice.
Because I started shaving with. I only shave with water, and I was shaving in.
Don't defend yourself. It looks nice. I'm not bagging on you, man.
and
Take
then
the compliment.
I started to shave my mustache, and I was yanking my hairs out.
Yeah, because you shave dry.
I have all the
You could
shavings
use this
Manscaped
right
thing.
now, dude.
What are you
Look,
doing?
look.
I'm gonna
man.
use it. Give it to me.
Do it on air.
You've got. Oh, you need one that I'll let you use mine.
Okay, well that's kind of gross, I guess.
Look,
Dude,
I've
of
done.
all the gross
I
things you
have
do.
put my nose
I'm
on
shaving
your
my mustache.
bare armpit.
Manscaped.
Oh my
Oh,
God, it's grinding it.
What do you got going on over there? There's
My
Cheetos in there.
God. It's grinding.
Yeah, shave the right off.
Oh, it looks good.
Oh wow, that's. Now why didn't you do
Yeah,
that?
what the
I don't know.
I almost cursed.
Oh, you did almost curse because Sam's like
I
that thing
forget.
works.
I forget.
Oh,
Tracy,
you're gonna
mark
get that
this.
that
Mark this for
sideburn on
Manscaped.
accident.
Mark this for Manscaped. Oh, I hope
This
you
is
run it
way less
right up your
painful than the
eyebrows.
Dry shit.
That thing goes, man.
Yeah. So you got to shave that off, right?
Look
That
at
looks,
that. That's
I
a
liked
ringing
it. I
endorsement.
liked it better with the 5 o'clock shadow, but I guess
Now you look like a baby.
yeah, you do look like a baby.
Speaking of babies,
Promo
not
code
really a
Tom and Dan
baby,
20.
but I learned this weekend that Bruce Willis does the Tom Van as far as grooming.
What do you mean?
he shaves it bare.
Bicks it down.
Bruce Willis? He doesn't
That's
do it now.
allegedly.
He doesn't do it now. He doesn't have the
highly
mental
doubt it,
capacity
yeah.
to. He
But,
can't.
allegedly, when he was
He doesn't have the
hooking
strength
up
to
with
do it.
Lindsay Lohan, it grossed her out.
Lindsay Lohan?
That was the
Wow.
rumor.
He
You know,
hooked up
years
with
ago.
her?
That's the rumor.
Wow, Bruce Willis, tell me about it. What was it like?
Isn't Lindsay Lohan like
She just had a baby.
25 years younger than Bruce Willis?
What does
He
that
doesn't-
stop
when has
anybody?
when has he ever cared about that?
He also apparently was obsessed with Jenna Jameson and used to go to her strip club all the time and specifically get her for lap dances.
Is that gonna happen
That's
to me?
in her book.
When you're hyper perverted, do you get Alzheimer's? Is that what I'm gonna get?
Yes.
I find Lindsay Lohan very attractive. I
Now
always
Lindsay
have.
Lohan?
I like Mom Lindsay Lohan, sure. Yeah, I don't discriminate, but I liked her when she was real slutty. I like that. I like her when she was driving around with no panties
You know,
and
she
a
had a twin
Bentley.
that died.
Yeah, she
She
did.
did?
Yeah, she
Like,
had a twin that died, and then
Earlier on in her life?
No,
Remember
no.
the Parent Trap? That was her real
that
twin.
was her real twin, and then
Oh.
that twin died, and then they say that the Lindsay you knew, it's the other twin. Just kind of assuming the
Is that real?
yeah, 100% real. Look it up.
So
I mean, I talk about it on You Heard About This.
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
so-
you can go get it for free and sign up for Sam's
Oh,
Patreon.
okay.
Talking about your space idea, you made a lot of people mad with when you
Oh
were
my God.
pontificating about
Listen,
space,
I-
and you made a
but-
mortal enemy. You made an enemy, and I don't think this guy's gonna call in anymore. This is Canadian Josh, very angry.
No, he don't know nothing.
Yes.
Tom, Dan, and Sam, it's Canadian Josh. Okay, I'll try to compose myself here. It's 5:30 in the morning, and I'm sitting in my ambulance,
Doing
leaving
nothing.
a voicemail
doesn't surprise me.
because for one of the first times in the history of your show, I'm actually genuinely angered
Mad.
at something I heard, and it is Dr. Thomas Van and talking
Doctor.
about aliens with the guys from the Science Center we're in. Tom, I get it.
Have you ever counted how many times when people say your name, but they're saying it as they're laughing?
I know.
They're like, Tom Van. Has anybody ever called into the show and said Thomas Van without laughing?
But
How does it make you feel to know that you are so much a joke you can never pull yourself out of the quicksand? You're stuck
Well, I know
forever
that.
a joke.
Well, I know.
You're a perma
Well,
joke.
that's what makes me mad at these
It
people that
makes
get
me
mad at me.
because I've hitched my wagon to you, and now
No.
I look like a goddamn
Yeah,
joke.
Well, I know I'm a joke,
And
but,
if Sam doesn't play her cards right, if she stays here long enough, she's going to look like a joke.
but why are these people getting so mad about things I'm saying if they know this to be true? Like, if you know what I'm saying? Like,
Because
how are
they're
you taking
just
me so
like you.
seriously?
And they okay.
You're spreading misinformation.
No, but I'm saying a theory I have about aliens.
No,
I'm
but you don't claim it as a theory. You always say everything with so much
Yeah,
confidence
that is
and like it's
true.
a fact, and
If
it's
you-
not.
If you pull
Even
back,
when it's an opinion, you're like, definitely 100%.
That's
you-
what
And if
con
I
men
haven't seen it, it doesn't exist.
you
That's
pulled
what a
back,
good con man does.
if you pulled back 2% look, when you go into something, if you made it less of a declarative statement and you made it more of a, well,
This could be.
is it this? If you did it like that, if you did it as
He
the
goes,
Seinfeld, you got to do the
"It can't be
Seinfeld.
this." And then you're like,
You got to
well,
be
hold
like,
on.
what's up? What's what?
Well, no one wants to buy oil from that guy.
We don't want oil.
Some people want it.
Let's continue with the
All right.
anger that is Canadian Josh.
Question it. But what grinds my gears, as Peter Griffin says, is, Tom, your dismissive, pompous nature about
Yes,
it. Like,
thank
oh,
you.
it's just some aliens, and they landed and some hillbilly found it. And I don't know, the Science Center guy was kind of playing off you there, too.
See, I said that.
I get it to question it. I don't know what the hell these things are. I've seen something, a UFO,
No, you haven't.
with my own eyes.
No,
I don't
you
know what it
haven't.
is, and I
Liar.
do question it. But you're just so pompous and dismissive when it comes to the alien and UFO thing. Like, your government has seen things, like the Tic Tac incident, the incident in Brazil.
Or they haven't seen things. That's what I'm getting to. It's like when they say they've seen things, they've also not seen things. What I mean by that is they don't know what the hell they've seen. My whole point was that nobody has said, hey, y'all, the things, they're aliens. And all of my friends want me to believe that. All of my friends can say, oh, there's aliens. I was like, no one said that. No one said there's aliens.
I need more proof than
You're
just,
headlining it.
Yeah, a testimony. I need to see
Now,
some
is
sort
it a
of...
step in the right direction? I think so, yeah. Or a step in the direction that people want, which is aliens.
But just like anything, I don't know it to be true, but
I also don't have
I'm
time to read all the news.
I'm not going to start, like, something's not going to... Someone's testimony will not change my opinion. Because I think
testimony is terrible.
Well, the
Human
testimony was literally basically asking for the government to show the proof.
Right.
Yeah, but
So
Like,
until that happens, I guess,
That's the thing with me. Everybody's like, oh, there's... Because all the headlines and everybody's like, oh, there's aliens. Government admitted it. And it's like, well, that's not what happened. So I'm just kind of going against that whole internet vibe.
I agree with you.
Oh, it's now... people are not paying attention. The government said there's aliens.
I mean,
like,
I'll
that didn't
give you
happen.
the what are they? UPAs? UAPs?
UAPs.
UAP.
Yeah.
I'll give you UAPs. I will try to do better by calling them UAPs, but that's as far as I'm going.
Yeah. Unidentified objects do not mean aliens.
Now
It
they
could be.
did throw
Well,
something
they never
in
have,
there.
right? That's,
Right.
that's the
They never have.
technical definition.
The
I'm
one
just-
that got to aliens is they threw something in there about something.
Non-human biologists.
There it is.
Yeah.
They threw that in there. When you throw in non-human biology.
So they're saying there was some type of
biologetics.
life in the supposed UAPs, but they're non-human. But
Right.
again, they didn't say it was not an animal
Right.
or
Which is why everybody's saying there's
plant or
aliens.
anything. They just said some type of non-human.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that hasn't been proven
Right.
because there's no proof.
And they're asking
as
for
of
that.
yet.
Right.
And also, I only just listen to the smartest humans or scientists that astrophysicists and things like even Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's a internet entertainer physicist.
Yeah, he dumbs it down probably the best for most.
But ask him. Of course, they all say you don't know because there's no proof either way. But nothing has moved the needle for those guys, and they are not out saying, "Well, this is weird. Like this seems to be," So it's like until those guys and the smartest physicists start saying, "Oh, there's something
The
here,"
main guys.
I'll listen to the smart people.
Like the main guy.
Yeah.
Let's do this one.
But yes, I am pompous, and I apologize.
Oh my God!
Well, it comes with the pompadour.
I also like that.
I love everything
I also
pomp.
like that. Just like a good,
Pump it up.
just like a good politician, he took an apology. He did apologize. He slid it in there, teeny tiny, on a Monday.
The problem is,
Just like you tack it to a bill.
I'm specifically angering the people that have already made up their mind that there is aliens.
Right.
Because I'm just pushing against that.
Well, then it just becomes
narrative.
emotion.
Well, I
Yeah.
also you do this with every topic, though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
just the alien thing.
Right.
Because I like
he
to
does
take
the
a
side swipe, dismiss, and
Yeah.
it makes people angry.
It does.
But it's his
It's
style.
more entertaining to me to take a side
Take a
on
swipe
an
at it, yeah.
entertaining show because yes, everything you could say like I don't know 100%,
But
maybe
there's no
maybe
argument
not.
there.
And then there's scenes like you're.
Does it always have to be an argument? Can it just be a discussion?
It can, but I feel like it's better
Yeah.
if you're taking a side.
Our love language is arguments.
Or like not being so middle of the road because I just don't like I feel like you could listen to no one listens to middle of the road shows like if like,
maybe
you
we
know
should
See, there's a declarative statement. Yes, they absolutely do.
Maybe we shouldn't have called our show a mediocre time.
I think
Right.
the most popular
Hold on.
shows,
An extreme time.
because if you like think about it with even like the most successful political shows rarely
Well,
start-
obviously, because they're political shows.
Yeah, you
That's a
do.
bad example.
That's what people
I-
want,
I
though.
think
They
it's a-
want.
I don't.
They
I
want
hate
a
it.
side. I know. I hate the politics too.
I
but
think
I'm
it's
saying,
a mix. You give them a little bit of that. So I think that if you pull back 2%, every once in a while you give them a swipe, and then you do like, it's fine.
yeah.
It's fine. Don't overthink it. Good God.
Yeah.
Conspiracy parents. Here we go. That's a good one.
Hey guys, I had a quick question for you. My parents are divorced, but both are separately and somehow becoming slightly conspiracy theorists.
Yep.
Like my mom thinks the vaccines are going to kill us now, and doctors are always lying, and my dad thinks that Antarctica's in the middle of some flat Earth, or
Yes.
Yeah.
they don't say that directly, but they say ideas that are pretty adjacent to those theories when they talk to me on the phone sometimes. And my question for you guys is, how do I stop? Like, how do I get them to realize they're being old and dumb, or is it helpless? And I just gotta.
I think it's
I gotta
too
let
far
them-
gone, bro.
Yeah, you came to the right show because
hopefully grow out of it. And get past it. I don't know. I don't know if everyone's parents go through like a conspiracy age in their 50s to early 60s, but
they're a little young.
They're there, so
They're there.
trying to get them off.
This has been okay. Here's the problem with this: we have a generation of people, and I've seen this a lot, where they grew up consuming information differently than the way we now present the information, right? Mm-hmm. So they grew up in a time almost indoctrinated to blindly, for the most part, believe what they're reading because someone wrote it. And they grew up in a world where if someone wrote some information like news, I put that in quotes, or some sort of article, that they had they're writing it for the intentions of being true.
But they also are choosing to believe one side of the news, right? Because then someone could give them an example of another news source that says the exact opposite, and they'll choose not to believe that, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But there's also
there's young conspiracy theorists out there, man.
Confirmation bias, where if you already think something and then you are seeking that, there's lots of information.
But what this guy's talking about is very specific, and let's dial it down a little bit more because I think I dealt with this a little bit with my mom, like as she got up in age, right before she passed away. Even going through a lot of her email after she had passed, I found some emails that led me to believe. I'm not
started with sharing emails.
It did.
Your grandma.
Goddamn chain mail.
And let me preface this for anybody that knew my mom. Let me just say, blanket statement, I love my mom more than anything in the world. My hero, right? But when I went through some of her emails after she had passed, it led me to believe that she was starting a journey in a bit of an echo chamber and was hearing things from some of her friends that, and I'm not going to say what things, but were absolutely not true.
Just like absurd stuff.
Absurd stuff.
Yeah.
Like stuff that's sort of embarrassing, and that's why I'm not going to say it, right? So, and I would see this stuff, and I'd be like, well, how did that happen? And the mind and loneliness and COVID and echo chamber and maybe only having a small group of 3 older friends that you hang out with is a pretty powerful thing. And when you stay in that and you don't,
that is your truth.
Yeah, that becomes your truth, and you can be led down some paths, and it doesn't mean you're crazy, and it doesn't mean you're
I hope
stupid.
that doesn't happen to me.
It happens to a lot of people.
We all go crazy.
We all go crazy.
Oh,
Thomas said that, and we make jokes about it, but I really do believe it because there is nobody. You'll
be a crazy old lady. I'll be a crazy old man.
I'm already there, but there was nobody
there.
more steadfast than my mom, right? Nobody.
And the younger generation will always think like my sons at a certain point in my life will refer to me as a crazy old man, laugh at me behind my back, talk mad ass with their spouses about how crazy
it doesn't have to
me and
happen.
Crystal have become.
I don't think it has to happen, but it does. I think sometimes it does.
And the thing is, what I believe to be true will be crazy to them.
Right.
And
then you'll be like, why don't you see it?
Yeah. Well, I'll be saying, like, there's no aliens. And they're like, they're here, Dad. they're
my boss is an alien.
Here's another
and I'm
one.
like, no.
Here's another one.
It's just weird.
I'm sticking to my guns.
Here's another one I saw, and even Andrea saw it too. There were times when, like, it like depended on, like, I almost felt like there was a part of me as a son that it was my duty to help my parents navigate some of the things that I would hear them say, and I'd be like, you'd have to pick your battles, right?
Yeah.
Of what you say to them. You don't want to piss them off. You don't want to be disrespectful. They have earned the right to believe whatever the F they want to, just based on doing what they're doing, right? That's the American way.
I'll give you an example of a good
please.
one. I remember having...
I'm trying to think of the ones I can tell.
Multiple conversations with old people amongst my reality.
Okay.
That telling me, this was years ago, back when this was spreading around, telling me like, hey, if anybody ever has their brights on, don't flash your brights at them because that's a gang initiation.
Yeah, I learned that from Urban Legends. Remember that movie?
That's how you get killed.
And then anybody
come back and kill you,
flashes their brights at you, they'll kill you, whatever. And like they were telling me,
I still don't do that.
But they were telling me,
I also don't follow trucks with big logs or pipes in the back.
Well, that's actually
I understand that.
Final Destination.
People have
I don't
gotten
stand
impaled.
close. I don't stand close to railroad tracks anymore because I don't want to get
Samantha, heart.
agitated.
I had a high school friend of mine that was traveling too close behind a truck that had cement blocks on it, and one fell off and went through her windshield and killed her.
Mm-hmm.
That actually
Don't do that.
I mean, statistically rare, but it happens. The gang initiation killing thing
I
that
don't
never
think that
happened.
was never a thing.
It's
yeah.
never even happened once. And if it did, it was some weird anomaly, but it's not a thing. There's no reason to warn people about it. And there's lots of stuff like that because also, and I think this will change because, like I said,
It already is.
the older generation didn't learn how to vet the truth on the internet either.
It was confusing, sure.
Because they never had to do that. So they grew up half their lives or more than half their lives without the internet and now understanding how to vet information, and now they're being bombarded with all
Well,
these
it's no different.
things.
It's really no different than an older person. And again, not knocking anybody, but like when you have a very good friend of yours will say, "Oh, my mom got into one of these Nigerian scams, got her for $17,000." I don't think that person is an idiot. I just think they don't know how to navigate.
What about the lady who left her husband for the guy she thought was in Stranger Things?
Well, what is
She
that?
got
that one.
catfished.
Now that one makes me really sad. That makes me think that maybe you're not a very intelligent human being. A lot of those catfish people.
Sent him over 10 grand.
Which one did he
the guy
pretend
with
to
the
be?
long mullet and the dangle.
Billy or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay,
dangler.
okay. Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
the
yeah,
cool
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
The
yeah.
guy that every girl, like, if you're going to pick a guy, you'd pick that guy.
And she thought that whatever the
Yeah.
scammer was
She
was
thought
that
she
guy.
was talking to him.
Yeah, and
How
let's
did-
just
how
say,
did that
hey,
even
and
happen?
let's just say, and I'm trying to be nice, she's a bit of an SH, if you know what I'm saying.
So
you know what I mean?
did he contact her?
Well, not him. I mean,
no,
somebody
I know,
with
but the scammer saying, but pretending
I think maybe he slid in her DMs on Instagram.
Yeah, that's
or
what you
something.
do. That's
Like,
how you catfish people. I'm
and
going to
she
start
never-
catfishing our listeners.
but she never even questioned it. Like, oh, this movie
No,
star is-
they always do. They always say, I always question it, but he just seemed believable. Until
God.
he shared, they want to believe
Divorced
it's,
her husband.
you want to believe it's so bad, Would
Now-
you divorce? Is there a celebrity that if they were legitimate and slid into your DMs that you destroy your family for?
Oh yeah.
Who? Give me one.
Well, I mean,
You know I would? Emily
majority of-
Radikowski?
if it was real,
How do you say her last
Who
name?
is that? I don't know.
She's the girl from she's a supermodel. She was in the Alex, what's that guy's name? Wrote the song. He stole from Marvin Gaye, was plagiarism. He got sued. Not Alec Baldwin.
is it one of the Baldwins?
No, it's the singer that remember he had the balloons that said, Robin Thicke. That's his name.
Okay, yeah.
Robin Thicke. What's her name? Emily Ratajkowski?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The
I would
model, yeah, yeah.
destroy
She
my
has a
family.
podcast.
I would destroy my family for her.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And I
well-
think Maisie would be like, that's a way better mommy. I'd be like, I know. I was like, right?
Yeah,
Look at her body. My God, on Jesus heaven.
You say destroy the family, but
It might make it better. What if it made the family better? Andrea's
It wouldn't
alone.
it wouldn't make Crystal part of the family.
yeah. Well, I
Like,
mean, maybe it'd be
that'd
better
be
if she's not a part of the family.
That would be
right?
significantly worse. And she tell my son.
Sometimes-
She's trying to tell my
Well,
sons how
you
bad
use
of a
them as a
person.
weapon.
But I tell my sons, I'm like, listen, like this person's famous. Like we
Yeah.
can, like
Look at the trips we could go
I'll
on. Now,
take-
she's always in Greece in a bikini.
Yeah, we'll go on these. We'll use
They're
her
done
money.
with trips.
She's always in Greece in a bikini. You know,
But
who's
Max
al-
likes to be famous.
You know the difference? Here's the
got that.
difference. Here's the difference. Emily Ratajkowski, always in Greece in a bikini. My wife, always wearing a greasy bikini. That's the difference. Way different.
Jessica Biel is my favorite.
No, too many miles on that now.
She met him online
Big
on an
mouth.
online forum for creatives.
That checks out. That checks out. He's a creative.
I,
Can we kill the term creative? I hate it. Can we kill it? I'm a creative.
Is it better or worse than influencer?
It's about the same. Comedians call themselves I like it when comedians. Bert Kreischer's done this a bit, and he's got to stop. Where he calls people that aren't comedians pedestrians. Don't do that, and don't call yourself a creative. And don't say those things. Just if you are, just be it, and don't say what you are. Just don't say things rock. Don't say I rock. Don't say my band rocks. Just shut up.
So they're the people that are the scammers, and like you see the documentaries about these long catfish things.
Sorry, I'm reading what convinced her. She's like, yeah, I was a little skeptical, but then it says Michaela said that she was convinced the scammer was Montgomery after they told her to watch Stranger Things season 4, specifically the Dear Billy episode. that saw the return of the character the night before the season debuted.
Oh,
So he
so
just knew a spoiler about the season,
That's
and that
inside
convinced her.
information. That's inside information.
And he showed up in that episode, Michaela recalled. I was like,
my
well,
God.
who else would know that?
Imagine the adrenaline dump she got when she saw him on screen.
Oh,
She's like,
you're like,
oh my God, this is
is-
real.
Yeah, this is
And then it got
happening.
wet. Right?
I know,
It
yeah.
did. It got wet.
Yeah. Then you start looking at your husband, and you're like,
Yeah,
you
like, you
disgusting
disgusting fat pig. You're gross test to me. I've got the Dangler
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Billy Dangler. I can either be
He's
banging.
way better.
Yeah, way better than you. Then at night you start like, do you think it ever? I mean, it's one thing to leave, but then you're like, oh, it's not going to be good enough. I wonder if she thought I got to kill him.
Oh, yeah. She's probably not gonna go
Because I think the thought would go through my brain, because will Andrea still cause problems for me and Emily if we get together? Maybe.
she's not
so-
gonna make it easier.
It's not going to make it easier. So it crosses my mind to kill her slightly. Accident.
Yeah.
And I can't do what that one dad
Yeah,
did
like-
with his kids and his wife in the car, where he had a Tesla and he drove it off a mountain because he was like, they'll all die.
yeah.
And everyone lived because the Tesla was so like safety, they're good safety, right? So everybody lived, and they're like, you were trying to kill your family. So I can't do that.
I'm always surprised about these people's self-confidence to believe that the good-looking.
It's always a mismatch from what they look like, too.
yeah, but like one of the stars from Stranger Things, who's a sex symbol. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people.
He's a legitimate sex symbol.
lot-
And he's like dating a model.
Yeah,
you know?
A lot of
He's
people
dating Emily Ratajkowski.
Yeah.
Close.
People like this guy, right? He's a sex symbol internationally. That he
On the
would
biggest show on
just
TV.
pick you out and
Yes.
be like, you
I like
are
that,
his.
though. I like that you walk by your
Like, how
I walk-
much confidence
you walk by
do you
your
have?
mirror. You walk by your mirror and you look in there and you look normal. You're wearing normal hair, a T-shirt, Arizona jeans, and Chuck Taylors, and you're like, he saw it.
Even if Jessica Biel called, if she showed up at my front door, right?
Oh, there's rumors about that. too.
Yeah.
I would think that Ashton Kutcher's. I'm
You
like,
think
well,
it was me? You think it was me trying to
yeah,
prank you?
I would never believe it. It would be. She would bring me into the car.
Why
in a
Jessica
limo.
Biel? That one made
Big
an
mouth.
impact. You know,
Big
no.
mouth.
You know what made the impact
Have
though?
you seen how
It is the big mouth, but there is a magazine called, testing my pervert memory here. There's a magazine. It was
I've
a
seen the
short-lived
pictures.
magazine, and she did a full nude photo shoot in it, and she's standing in a sink with her boobs out.
Oh, yeah,
Gear
yeah.
magazine?
Gear,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's got her boobs out she's standing in a sink.
Why is she in a sink?
I
I've
don't
seen
know,
the
but
sink
I'm
ones.
here for it. I'm all about it. It's the reason I like sinks.
Man, people on TikTok are going back and doing Seventh Heaven rewatches, and that show was super problematic.
Seventh Heaven? Oh yeah, they handled all the stuff. And
Like brother and sister practicing kissing on each other. What?
but people do that.
Did they find any sort of creepy activity from the dad?
I'm sure there's
did-
some of it in there.
For a while, they were like taking things out of context that he would say, because wasn't he
Yeah,
a
yeah.
preacher on the show?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. So
Seventh
they
Heaven.
so they would
Just
take
clip out.
the-
He's like, I like 'em young.
yeah. What was he talking about? He was talking about like fish or something, or like
yeah.
puppies. You know, like.
But anyway,
Oh, she was only 17 when she posed for that magazine, by the way.
Whoa, that's the one you liked.
But
huh?
it says in parentheses, it says, however, the pictures were not released until after she turned 18. This is disgusting.
Hold on a second. How does that make it any better?
I know.
If I take pictures of a 3-year-old
But you
and then
wait.
go, well, wait, you know,
Right.
like, what? You should be shot.
Ridiculous,
What are you
dude.
doing?
I was just joking. I've never seen those photos.
Neither have I.
I just agreed.
Neither
I was
have
doing
I.
yes
I've
and.
never seen that, and I don't have a pervert memory. There's no such thing as that.
I was just yes anding
yeah.
Daniel.
Yeah. and I
did
was
not
just yes
see
anding
any
you.
17-year-old
We were trapped in a complete yes and loop, and we couldn't get out of it.
Yeah. But I imagined in my
Yeah.
head what they'd look like.
If there were
Oh,
pictures,
Anyway, I'd never.
and there was never a sink.
I'd never ever believe a celebrity was into me, no matter what scenario. Even
Can I
if
give
they
you one?
Even if they begged me to
Can I
believe
give
it's
you
true.
one
What if
that-
it was Travis Pastrana?
Can I
'Cause
give
you
you
really
one?
thought he was into you.
No. I've
Let me
never-
give you a real one. Have you ever had one that moved it?
What do you mean?
I had one.
One what?
I've only had
Celebrity?
one celebrity that moved it. We were during the morning show doing the Monsters, and for some Fair Villa event, oh God, I'm blanking on her name now too. There was one particular
porn
adult
star.
star.
Oh,
Yeah, one particular adult star came in, and she sat down, and she was given the typical adult star vapid interview, and I think Jimmy or Russ, somebody asked, like, anybody on the show, that would always be the thing.
Oh,
You
yeah.
ask, who would you do on the show? Who would you do on the show? So then the fat radio guys, she'll answer one of them, and then that guy gets bragging rights for the day.
Oh, yeah.
And I was the fat guy she chose. She goes, you there with the flat brim hat. And I was like, yes.
You weren't fat back then.
I wasn't.
You're not fat now.
No, but I know what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, it's fine. I am, but it's fine.
No,
it's
no,
fine.
yeah.
Her name was Jessica. No, what? Man, I'm blanking on her name, but she was a massive star.
It's always better when you have a fantasy
And it moved it a little bit.
about someone that has pornography out there because it's so much easier
you can go there and see,
fantasize.
like, you can take the fantasy a couple steps further.
Yeah. Without the pornography or the nude photos, it's very hard to imagine.
I can't even look at a woman if she's got clothes on. Can't even look at them.
Anyway.
I think we're sharing some bad stuff here. We should have never shared any of that.
Let's get out of
No,
here.
we can do another email if you want to. We got
Do you
emails and
want to?
voicemails. Just keep going.
Let's see. What do we got? We got a couple people asking to come on the show. I'll save those for something else.
People just ask to be on the show now?
Yeah.
All right.
I get a lot of those. Bunions and foot health.
Yes.
I heard on a recent show that you're asking about bunions and if you can fix them. Well, mileage may vary, but some people have reported success in using toe spacers or other things that like that and wearing shoes with wide enough toe box to fit your foot in a natural way. Wearing those types of shoes can be helpful for back pain. I know it isn't going to fix yours, but it could help a tiny bit. It did help me. Because most shoes with a wide toe box are also flat, like you naturally stand.
Isn't it embarrassing to say you wear shoes with a wide toe box?
That's a clown shoe.
Or it's like...
Well, a lot of people, they have wide width for a reason. Is it for bunions?
Hold on a second.
But that's the shape of a clown.
Yeah, when you start inching into, like...
Wide toe boxes?
Okay, when you start inching
Wide
into
toed box?
medical footwear,
Yeah.
you're handicapped, right?
Well,
Like, if I came in here wearing
you
a
have to
couple
be
of big,
uncomfortable.
wide toe box shoes, you'd be clowning me crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, look
I
at
mean,
that.
Crocs have a big toe box.
yeah,
They do
but
have a big toe box.
They, I guess Crocs, but they're not.
Jenna Hayes. It was Jenna Hayes.
Yeah.
That's the...
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
remember.
sorry, I was off in my own pornography land.
Most athletic or casual shoes have a raised heel, which throws your back all out of its natural position. I did not know that. That makes sense, though. Ultra is one of the best brands for being flat and having a wide toe box, unless you go hardcore minimalist and buy from a brand like Zero or Vivo. It's narrow shoes that have caused the damage to form bunions in the first place, so you need to get out of those things if you want a chance to reverse the issues.
So I need big...
Sucking fat toe joints.
So I need big clown shoes.
Yeah,
and then
have
I
toe
won't
spacers.
and then I won't have bunions.
Yeah. Listen, there's a price for everything in life, and
Write
so
that down.
if you want to look stylish,
Yeah.
you're gonna have bunions.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
You want to have big medical clown shoes.
I'm not doing it.
Then
Nothing
you know bunions,
gets
but
between me and my Steve
Yeah.
Maddens.
Like you could take the medication that's going to cause dementia, but you'll have 30 years of normality before you get dementia.
Right.
So it's like, what? I mean, there's one or the other. You can't have them both. Anyway.
Let me balance this out for you because we played one, voicemail where Canadian Josh was very angry at you, and I'll play another one where somebody says you're right. Equal time.
Hello, show. It's BDM Spencer from Cocoa Beach. A couple things. One, I love how Dan talks in first person or third person. Let's get a hold of Tom and Dan. Anyway, stop.
Oh, it's me on the... When you call the show, there's a voicemail of me talking in third person. I don't choose to do that. It just made the most sense at the time.
Yeah.
That was funny. Two other things. Tom is right about the, go to Home Depot, ask somebody for something, and they just look it up on their phone, and then you stand there like an idiot wondering why you didn't just do it. I just did that at Home Depot. Sweet old granny was like, well, let me check and see where it is for you. And then it was 4.5 minutes of just me staring at the stuff on the shelves I didn't need while she did what I could have done on my phone.
Okay, I'm glad he said that because when I do ask people to do stuff...
Walmart does this now, too.
COVID gave me this problem. When we all sheltered in, right, and didn't go anywhere, I reverted back to being embarrassed to ask for things now. So when I go places and I ask people, I can still do it, but then when they're doing it and talking to me, I can't look at them. I have to look away. I have to it's weird, man. Something's wrong with me.
The thing is, you're asking a question that you have the answer to, they're doing the same thing that you could easily do
Right.
at this point in time in the world.
But I think
There's
they
no-
like it.
There's no
because
no, they
they
don't like
need
it.
something to do, though, right? Don't you need time
I
to
would
kill?
say 99% of them do not like it. There is the
Okay.
one that does.
They're stocking the shelves. They're not there standing around to help you. They're doing a task, and you're bothering them at this point in time
Okay.
because they don't pay employees just to stand around and help customers nowadays. There's one guy that stands around and he checks the receipts. Everybody else has jobs to do,
Right.
and you asking them about where something is not their job.
My new favorite.
It's not. Yeah, you're right.
It's in your phone.
I
They're
have-
looking in their phone.
I have a new favorite character at Home Depot that my wife and I saw over the weekend when we were buying shower heads, which is Spanish real man, Bluetooth, doesn't know where the line begins and doesn't care. He's my favorite. And he will walk up, and you'll be in the line goes all the way down to the old
Customer service desk
he
there.
goes all the way down, and he will walk in. He's got basketball shorts, a dirty wife beater,
yeah.
Bluetooth, yell screaming on his phone, and he will walk through the line all the way to the front, and then when the register opens, he'll just go over, still on the phone, scan it, and walk out. And I was like, "That's how you do it. That is how you do it."
Shady contractor getting yelled at. He
did it. He did it with all the confidence in the world.
He has to go to Home Depot. He's there dozens of times
all
a day,
day, all day.
and doesn't care about anybody else.
Let's see here. What else do we got here? FUPA. FUPA has been making the rounds because, again, people are saying that I invented the term papus.
Hey, guys. Listening to this papus conversation right in the middle of it from, I guess, last week or whatever it was. I'm kind of surprised, shocked that I guess I
can't understand a word this guy's saying.
Some weird the cadence of your voice. The cadence of your
Got his
voice.
face in a papus.
And then your phone has created some sort
Are
of.
you calling live from a papus?
Hi, Dan. Calling from a papus here.
I couldn't understand either, but he's speaking pretty clearly.
Yeah,
but for whatever reason, the cadence in your phone is causing inaudible English.
Come out from underneath the papus.
Let's try it again.
to this papus conversation right in the middle of it from, I guess, last week or whatever it was. I'm kind of surprised, shocked that I guess I only heard this from Daniel Thiel for years and years and years. So,
Snurf and snurf and snurf. I don't know what
I've
that
heard it
means.
for years and years and years.
Okay.
I can understand papus talk.
I'm a little taken aback there, but I did also have to just go ahead and Google FUPA, and apparently FUPA is the correct medical term for that area.
I don't think it's correct.
It's not a medical term.
This is what we were just talking about misinformation and how people start. Yeah, that's a medical term. It's absolutely not a medical term.
Yeah.
Or I have to
Do you
throw a right
understand
on
what
that,
it
right?
stands for?
Although I
Or
will
is
say,
it a
I
medical
will
term?
say
I don't
it
need
is-
my words on this.
It
I don't
is
want
on WebMD, but
No, why is it on WebMD?
But it's fat upper P word area.
pubic area.
Oh,
So we just changed it to P word.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was your fat upper, the P word area.
Yeah.
But
But
it's
I guess
the pubic area.
But
Yeah.
men have fupas too. So
No.
Hey, don't say that.
But I always.
I mean,
refer
it
to
is
them
in the
as-
dictionary now.
I want to somebody take Tom saying that and remix a song of him just saying "Men have fupas
But-
too. Men have fupas too."
Papus
Men have
is a
fupas, too.
Greek surname, which means priest, by the way.
Should I just grab that clip of you saying that now and make this song?
No.
Men have papas too. Or what is it?
It is often shortened form of a longer surname like Papadopoulos and Papa Giorgio.
No, Papa?
Papadopoulos.
Yeah,
Papa
Papa
Da-
Giorgio.
Papa Giorgio.
what a ridiculous name. I'm sorry if that's a family name of yours.
Wait, my name is Daniel Papa Giorgio?
Daniel Papa
I want
Giorgio.
my name to be Giorgio Papa Giorgio, and I'll be in Greece
Oh.
wearing a thong with Emily Radzikowski, and she's like, "What is your name?" And my name is Giorgio Papa Giorgio,
All right.
and I'm a sex symbol.
Well, I wanted to get out of here, but we got
got
One
2
more,
minutes.
one more,
All right,
one
one
more,
more.
one more. Here we go. This is a good one.
Hey gang, it's Zach from Ohio. What was the happiest moment of your life? All three of you.
Haven't had it yet.
That's a good answer. there are certain moments that I feel will be, people say their life flashes before their eyes, that for whatever reason, that particular vision at the time stuck in my head. And then I'll often think about that in like a happy memory that I have.
Think about what?
So
Dying? What do you?
One time we went to I imagine that when I do die and the life flashes before my eyes, like this memory will pop up, and that's what the people are talking about. When I went to stay at Daniel's mom's beach house.
Hey! You went through her panty, George. You're a pervert. you're like new panties for Papa Giorgio.
And we've been to the beach a million times, right? But for whatever reason, this particular memory, I'm sitting there, I'm watching Crystal with the boys, and it's in a beach setting, and they're just playing in a sand bucket. Like the kids were like
They're
1
little.
and 2.
Yeah, they're little guys.
And for whatever reason, that particular JPEG in my mind, because
look at you taking in the day.
Have you told Crystal
I don't know why.
this? Have you
Taking
told
in a
Crystal
memory.
this?
Yeah, I
That's
don't know.
definitely
I
the
tell her a
pathway
lot.
to a hero's
Yeah.
whatever. If you
No, that's
okay, dismiss it. But
Super sentimental.
you got
dude.
Samantha. It takes a lot to move her needle, and she goes, "Wow, that's like she's giving you an actual, real, like heartfelt compliment."
But what's odd about it is that like all the
And
other
see, and that's the stuff that sticks with you, not like the crazy stuff, like adventures that you take them on. It was
Yeah.
you just sitting at the beach
My
watching
mom's
your family.
trailer. It was a trailer on
Yeah.
St. Augustine. It's nothing fancy.
But again, it was at the beach, and it
I
was.
think that's cool.
And I don't know why that sticks with me.
The chat room agrees with me, by the way. If you just type this out.
But
Just
when
write
the-
it out and send it to Crystal. And you know what? I
I'll,
know.
I'll cut this audio out.
totally-
and
No,
send it
and you
to
can
her
just say like, "Hey, I know this isn't me,
right after.
but these are the things
Papadopoulos.
that actually like stick in my brain." I think it's great.
I've told her this before because we go over memories sometimes of like things that start. We're like, remember this?
What about the first time you got a heroes?
Yeah.
Was that the happiest moment of your life?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the happy. I don't think I have a.
What about when your
happiest-
children were born?
That's stressful. It's. I
Mm.
mean, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
it's a great accomplishment. Look, I love her more. I'd kill myself. Like, what? It's her or me? All right, I'm gone. Bye. I'd try to give you guys a warning before that.
Thank
If it
you,
were the
thank you.
devil, like
Appreciate
the
that.
devil's like got her, and he's like, well, you have to kill yourself in order to, like, relinquish her back into the world. I'd be like, okay.
What would we do, Tom?
Let me call.
Hang up the.
I'll give
the
you the
mics?
passwords.
No need to warn me. I like a
You're gonna
good
change the
surprise.
show name? Is it just gonna be a mediocre time with Tom?
Tom and Sam still has the alliteration.
He
I
won't
already
let-
have the
he
logo.
won't let me be the co-host.
I have the logo
Yeah,
ready to go.
well,
He
yeah.
would, and they'll just put Remy there. And, oh man.
Then I quit.
Yeah, it'll be bad.
Yeah.
Just
By the way,
kidding,
why are
Remy.
you saying that Remy doesn't know how to use Zoom? Why are you
I
saying
didn't
Very
say-
upset.
No,
Yeah.
you said that. I'm
now
trying
we're in
to
a
say.
full-fledged pod war.
No, I
I'm
didn't
in-
say
I'm in
nothing.
one.
You're the one that criticizes his audio. I didn't say nothing, and then I got the email.
Yeah, well, you were the one behind the scenes
and
saying
I
that
did.
he's
No.
Well, I can't. I probably shouldn't say that.
Anyway, it's hard to narrow down that, because that is, I don't think anybody has one particular happiest moment of their life, because I think people throw out the cliche of their kids being born or their
Getting
wedding day or
married,
something. But I think
That was a good day. Wedding's up there for sure.
But there's a reason that things, and I have more, dozens of those little clips that stick in my head, and for really they're not like the best moments or even in particular the best
They
days.
just stick out.
They just stick in, and I
Yeah.
think your brain collects those randomly,
Yeah.
and for whatever reason you really don't have that much control over.
I agree with that. Yeah.
And so those will be the clips that you die with.
A lot of clips missing in that brain.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like that where when you can't pull up a memory, you're like, what have I done? I do that sometimes.
All the time.
Where I think about, or a memory will pop into my brain and I'm like, where the hell did that come from? And then I try to go further with it and I can't. That's a scary feeling.
Yeah. It only lasts in clips with me. I can't remember the whole time. I couldn't even tell you what we did that day, or the getting up. And I barely remember what your mom's beach house looked like.
I remember being in that same spot. This is one of my clips that involves the same area. I remember turning 30 there.
Yeah.
And I remember standing in the bathroom in the back of the trailer. We had the little mirror, and then and I remember looking in the mirror and crying because I was turning 30.
Man,
Isn't that crazy?
I feel like I'm gonna do that when I turn 40.
I was really drunk, but I remember it was like
Yeah, but the day before you were 29.
I know. I
It's the
didn't
same
say
as
it
the
had to make sense. I just remember it.
Yeah, the Earth spun one time, and you're the same
know.
person.
I know.
Anyway.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break.
All right, guys. We will see you
Tomorrow. Or no, next.
Or
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Sorry. I looked up at the time and I'm like, oh, yeah, we did a full 40.
Yeah. We didn't need to do that much.
We did not. Where does that go? That is Wednesday, 3 and 4.
Way too far ahead now.
My bad.
No, it's fine.
It's fine. We'll do a quick lunch and then we'll jump on Facebook if you guys want to join us for the BDM and OG shows.
We only had Jeff today, right?
We only had Jeff today. That was Monday 1 and 2. Oh, we can do the intro for tonight.
Okay. All right, guys. We'll see you over on Facebook in a little bit. So